Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome to Weekend Updates. Today it has a voiceover. It might feel a little more formal, but it's not. I have my coffee cup in my hands and I'll drink coffee right along with you. I wanted to share these cool things that I got in an estate sale near me. Seriously, within walking distance, but I drove because it was pouring down rain. And these things are all spread out in the shop because they were a little damp. And I tried to do audio with it when I made it, but it was just too echoey and it didn't work. So I took that audio off and I'll just talk to you as we go through. And you'll have a nice background or nice visual today. These were in a box in a yard sale in the front. There were a couple of boxes, a whole bunch of junk, plastic, glass. There were guns and ammo and fly fishing magazines on top of them from the 80s that somebody had laid on top recently. But the box itself was filled with highlights and child life magazines and teacher supplies from the 60s. So it's all really nicely aged paper and great visuals. There's some music in there. There was a blank notepad with really nicely aged paper, all kinds of neat stuff. So I'll show you a little more throughout the video, but essentially I have it spread out on a giant cardboard box, and then there's another box down below that I'll show you in a minute. And I'll tell you about updates. I have not planted the succulents, and I probably need to do that today. Our weather yesterday was beautiful, but I went to Katie's house for the 2020 pickle taste testing. We made at least 3 different kinds of pickles, maybe technically 4. I confirmed that I don't like bread and butter pickles. I don't care who makes them. Dill is still my favorite. So the more dill, the better for me. I don't really like peppers and pickled stuff in there. So we did some experiments, had a great time, and then crafted. So I worked on one of my fall journals. I have 2 fall journals stitched together. Last Sunday, I said I was hoping to do them that day. I didn't get the second one stitched together until yesterday. And I'm going to put them in my Etsy shop. Then I was thinking about another cute journal. And I thought, oh, did that sell? Well, I don't even know where it is. So I'm going to check my Etsy shop. See how much it is? Look, there's a yearbook over there on the left. Like a middle school yearbook. And there's those really yellowed sheets over there on the left are Shakespeare. And I think it might have been like a class set. So there's 30 of them and they're all the same. But I still think I could do a lot with them. Super fun. What a great find for free. When I asked the guy, he was like, that stuff is just free. Oh, okay. Look around, be open. If you want to make junk journals, lots of stuff is free and available to you. Look how cute these are. I made journals that I call junky because I love to buy beautiful paper. But you can use mail, you can use magazines, you can use all sorts of things that you would just dump in the recycle. I could have used the fly fishing magazines because I'm sure they had tons and tons of beautiful birds and things to cut out and backgrounds. Quite honestly, I was so overwhelmed by the sheer volume, and they were pretty wet. These were just wet around the edges. These were what I would call damp. Very few of them were actually wet. And they weren't long-term wet. They were, oh my gosh, it's dumping buckets long-term. So no mold or anything. Okay, other things I need to tell you about. I did a Michael's haul that was phenomenal. It was ridiculous. It was several carts, like 5 trips to the car. The canvas last week was 60% off when their Recollections 12 by 12 wannabe iris cases were $2.99. I went in and bought all the big canvases that they had in my store pretty much. So I think 48 by 30 or 40 and the sizes like that for my sister. And I bought 8 of those Recollections 12 by 12 boxes. They're terrible. I need to return them. I don't recommend them. Some of you told me on Instagram later because I thought it was like user error or there was a trick. Some people are using tape to close them because $2.99 is such a killer deal. Look at this. Aren't these the cutest books? I will stick with Iris brand whenever I can. I will probably try and dig around in my Michaels and see if they have any actual IRIS brand boxes like that, because those other ones, you shouldn't have to work to make sure your box shuts. I also got super lucky because when I took the canvases, the carload of canvases to my sister, she gave me a Ziploc bag of Copics. So now I have some Copic markers. I'm super excited about those. I haven't actually colored a single anything yet, and it's been a week, so we'll see. But you have all these great ideas and there's only so much time. And I think that's about it. I wouldn't be surprised if Noni and I hit that estate sale today. There were rooms of neat stuff. I mean, she was a teacher. There were collectible postcards. There were piles and piles of office supplies. There was a thing with reams of paper in it. There was tons of stuff, but it was just too crowded and it was super uncomfortable. And I've passed by there a couple times this weekend, and it's been too many cars every time. So, I don't know. I'm pretty sure our governor would not like it. I hope everybody is having a great weekend and taking time for crafting and relaxing, and that you have fresh air. If you have fresh air, count your blessings. We have it today, but the forecast says it's going to be a rough week. We've had quite a bit of rain, but I think we're going back to hot weather and not such great air. So we'll have to see how it goes. In the meantime, I have autumn spread out all over. I brought in folding tables, and I am working on fall journals and gratitude journals. And I think I'm going to fill up my Etsy store with gratitude journals. And I hope that I can help people spread some joy and count their blessings, because we have plenty to be thankful for. Okay, so take a look. All this stuff was in the same box. It's math books and stuff. And if you do altered books, you can take one of these and use it as the base for your altered new notebook. You could also take the cover off and make a junk journal out of just that cover. I really don't have I'm not going to say skills, but I don't have the experience where I've taken the cover apart yet and made a junk journal out of it. But I figure if I can do it with a cereal box, I should be able to do it with a book. So all sorts of things. The other thing is I was pressing flowers yesterday. My first poo dahlia bloomed, and I put it in a book to be pressed. I took a picture of it too. Hope you saw it on Instagram. But I pressed it in a book, and then I picked a bunch of stuff at Katie's yesterday and put it in some books. So if you're at an estate sale and there are books that you absolutely without a doubt don't want to read, but they're free, you still might want one, and it can be your flower pressing book. You can even write that on the front of it, because maybe you don't want to use a really nice book that you want to reread to do that with. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you got some inspiration and creativity out of here. I am so excited for my junk journal haul. I'm going to get another cup of coffee and get crafting. I hope that you have a great day too. Bye-bye.